Hello, it's Phil at digitaldjtips.com. Today I have this controller to show you, which is the new Reloop Terminal Mix 4. This is a Serato controller and it has 4 channels and lots of other features, lots of other high-end features. So let's have a look at what's on it. I'll talk you through all the features and then we'll look at the software before concluding what I think of it. Okay, so same size as the Traktor Control S4, which is to say it's a large controller. However, it's considerably heavier than the Traktor Control S4, and that's because it's all metal construction. It really is quite a beast of a controller. Very well made, high standard of construction throughout. The jog wheels are some of the best jog wheels I've ever used on anything. They're very flat, so you can see how flat they are there. Aluminium jog wheels. There's absolutely no noise at all from them when you turn them. They're very smooth. There's no give at all in them. They just give a feeling of complete, assured high quality, and the performance is very, very good as well, at least in the supplied Serato software. The buttons along the bottom are rubberized, and again, they're good quality. The lighting is very good on the whole unit, even on USB power. And other high quality features are very, very loose crossfader, very long throw pitch faders, which are 14-bit MIDI, which means that they are very fine, so you can easily control 1/100th of a BPM with no problem with those. This button here is really nice, this knob in the middle for selecting tracks. It's weighted, it's damped, it's stepped, and each step corresponds to one movement in your track library. Again, really nice. There's plenty of buttons and knobs on it, as you can see. There's a 3 effect section per side, with an on-off button, and also this is what's called a beats control, and this tells the effects cycle. If it's an effect that cycles, it tells it to cycle anything from 1/8 of a beat to cycle once around every 1/8 of a beat, all the way up to 8 beats. And there's also a tap there so that you can manually enter the length of cycle you want. Again, nice. This is where you have the sample and hot cue sections, which allow you 4 or 8 samples or hot cues depending on what software you're using it with. And then here's the looping section, which allows you to half and double your loop, and again, depending on software, to move the loop that you've set along or back in your track. So up the middle of the controller are your 4 channels. Each one has its own filter, which is a nice addition. And then right up the very middle are all the volume controls for things like master, booth output, the sampler volume to control the volume of the samples on these sections, and also a cue mix control to alter the mix in your headphones between whatever you're listening to as a cue from one of the cue buttons here and the master output. I didn't like the VU metering on this. There's just this 1 meter here and it only ever masters the master output. I like to be able to, say you press Q here on that channel, so this is in your headphones, I like that to switch to that channel as it's set on the gain here, and forget the master, so you can set the gain right before bringing it into your mix, and you know all the levels are the same there. Now some people use auto gain, some people don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about that, but anyone who's used old equipment, as in analog equipment, will know what I mean. I think that's quite an important feature. So let's look at the front here. We have, talking through these areas, we have the section here that allows you to plug your microphone in, which also has a tone control, and then just along next to it is the same for the auxiliary input. There's just one auxiliary input for one record deck or one CDJ. A little bit stingy that, I think. I think with a controller that's got 4 inputs, 4 channels, you should have 2 analogs on the back. Also, we have the ability to switch these to work through software or just through hardware to come straight out the other side of this unit. And there's more about this on the actual full review, which the URL is at the end of this piece for. There is the ability to switch the crossfader on to left or right for all the 4 channels, and then just the usual stuff here, but it's quite a nice addition of a tone control for the headphones. And all these little controls here, if I can put it sideways like that, you'll see they push in to go flush with the unit, and then they pop out again when you want to use them. The Control S4 has similar. Round the back, there's nothing really too surprising. There is a good selection of outputs. So there's the RCAs and TRS unbalanced outputs for the master, and there's also unbalanced booth output. And then at this end here, there is your 1 input with a pole for the earth cable for your record deck, should you choose to use it as a record deck. A few other bits and pieces, but that's the basic size of it. So to conclude, the real downfall of this controller as launched is that the software that comes with it is Serato DJ Intro, which only lets you use 2 of the 4 channels. Now, there's a number of other controllers on the market with exactly the same limitation. The Vestax VCI 400 is the same. It comes with Serato Intro, it has 4 physical channels, you can only use 2 of them. The Newmark N4, which is a lower quality controller than this, but nonetheless also has 4 channels, also comes with Serato Intro, also you can only use 2 of them. Now all of these controllers, including this one, also come with Virtual DJ LE. Virtual DJ LE will let you use the 4 channels. However, the effects section is not good at all, and you'd probably want to upgrade LE to the full version, which costs a considerable amount for this particular one, over $300. With Traktor selling at kind of like not much short of $100 for the complete version, that Virtual DJ upgrade is not looking as clever as it used to, even though you get free upgrades for life having bought it once. Which moves me on to Traktor really. You can get Traktor mappings for this, both a sample deck mapping and a 4-deck mapping. They're on the Reloop website. They're alright anecdotally. I haven't tried them, and the reason I didn't try them was that this is sold as a Serato controller. It's got Serato written on it, on the front and on the back and all over the place. I doubt someone would buy this controller wanting to use it with Traktor, but if you did, it would map fine to Traktor, and then you'd be treating it more like the Vestax VCI 400, which is sold as a multi-software controller, unlike this one. So to sum up then, it's a good controller, it's nearly a great controller. I don't understand why Reloop's marketing department have gone so heavy on the Serato angle when it doesn't allow you to control anywhere near all the functions with Serato. It's not just the 2 decks, there's limitations in other areas as well, in looping, in cues, and in library functions. It doesn't fully let you use everything that's on the front of it. All I can conclude is that very soon round the corner there's going to be some announcement from Serato for this controller and all the other ones that are using Intro at the moment, which shall allow people to upgrade to full strength Serato software, either Serato Itch or something similar to it, so that all the features can get properly unlocked. So as a controller, great. As a marketing launch, not the best, I don't think, because some people will buy this expecting to use all 4 decks with the supplied software. And certainly as far as Serato goes, which is what's written on it, that's not possible at the moment. If you'd like to read the full review, then go to digitaldjtips.com/4, the number 4, mix, MIX. Thank you for watching.